Hey, 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 Pajama Gramma here with Pajama Gramma's painkillers prescription. Chronic painkillers prescription, actually. I am sharing my tips, tricks, strategies, techniques, what works, what doesn't work, lessons learned over my past 37 years dealing with chronic pain and chronic illness. And I'm sharing those because I want you to kill your chronic pain and live the life that you deserve. Create the life that you want to live versus the one you feel like you're stuck with or feeling like you're trapped in a body that you have no control over. I want to help you with that so that you can have an incredible life too. Today's prescription is all about the frequency of pain. Do you know that pain comes in waves and is actually a frequency? I know, trust me, I know. Chronic pain makes us feel like we're always at the top, highest point of this wave. We always feel like everything in our body is hurting and that it isn't a wave. It's just a constant, steady stream, a constant signal on the highest possible level of frequency. But the fact is, and the truth is, our pain, all of our pain, no matter how intense and how terrible it feels to us at the time, is always in one of these waves, just like a radio wave or a microwave or any kind of a wave. If you were to graph your actual pain, if they could hook you up to some electrodes and your pain could be graphed on a graph, it would, ebb and flow, ebb and flow, ebb and flow. And it might be increasing or decreasing like any statistical graph. But there'd be high points and low points, high points and low points. And there might be high, 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 low, high, 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 low. Each of our frequency pattern of pain is going to be different. And the real trick and the real key to dealing with your chronic pain, at least what I found over the years, is to find those low frequency instances and tap into those. Now, all of us automatically tap into the high frequency, the really high intense part of the pain, but almost none of us pay attention to the low part of the pain, where the pain is actually bearable and we can handle it. And what I found is over all the years, and it took a lot of practice, but if I could tap into the lows, that would bring the highs down, 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 down to more smooth out my personal experience of chronic pain and my pain waves. Now, to be honest, my pain today probably is as intense as it was when I was 21 years old. But my ability to deal with that changes. It's like if you grow up in an environment with loud noises. I grew up in a home that was like by the highway. We lived up a big hill, but we were still by a major interstate highway. So you could always hear the highway noise. And people would come to our house and they would talk about the highway noise and they would complain about it and they'd say, how could you stand living here? But the truth is, after, a week or so of living in that house, all of our brains learned to tune out the highway noise, and we didn't even hear it anymore. We just lived our lives and didn't notice the highway noise. It's the same way with your pain frequency and with our pain. We can actually train our bodies and train our brain to tune out and not be negatively impacted, or to tone down how pain affects us. Now, normal people, regular people, don't get this. Even pain doctors, a lot of them, and nurses don't understand this. I would think that they should understand this. They went to medical school. They should study these things, but it doesn't seem like they do. But we actually have the ability to do this. I am a migraine sufferer or migraine patient. I don't suffer from anything. I choose to not suffer from anything, but I do have migraines. I am one of those people that's had a headache for, 37 years. I think I've had what I call a headache or a tinge in my head. I rename things so that I don't experience the level of pain, because frankly, what goes on in my head would probably knock most people out of the ball game and they wouldn't be participating in their lives at all. But by reframing it and making it the new normal for me, I am able to function at a really high level. I'm able to function the vast majority of the time like normal people. Now, do I still have a headache all the time? Yes. Do I think about my headache all the time on the top level frequency? Absolutely not. I would say my migraines, they used to knock me out for 3 to 7 days at a time. I would have to lay in a completely dark, quiet room. But now I wake up with a migraine and I just do what I need to do, all these different prescriptions. I put a combination of them together that works for me, and that allows me to function. That allows me to focus on the low points as the migraine pain waves ebb and flow, and by focusing on the low points, I hone in on those and I get more of those, and I experience those more than I do the highs. Every once in a while, does the high frequency pop in and knock me out? Absolutely. But it might knock me out for a couple of hours. It might knock me out for a day, but it doesn't take me out for 7 days. I don't miss 7 days of my life now because I'm focusing on the low edge of the frequency, not on the high, most intense ledge of the frequency. This takes practice, but we're all able to do it. So that's today's prescription. Notice your pain. Allow it to come in waves. Don't allow it to be only the highest, most intense version of your pain, or you won't get the signals. You won't understand the signals and the message that it's trying to send to you, and your life will kind of stink. So go out, do this today. Pay attention to your pain waves and see how that impacts your chronic pain. That's it for today. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you again soon with another chronic painkillers prescription.